So he says you have to do this with yourself. And even then when you start to look at yourself, you don't find such good things, but you got to look deeply and try and find something good. The whole thing where he goes into it, how we have to find the good point. Even if we've made mistakes, even if we've made heavy mistakes, the same thing we just said about the bad guy over there. So we have to see that even ourselves, this is very important, because what happens to us is we start to judge ourselves negatively. And it's subtle for some and more obvious for others. The negative voice is like, it's death. It's death. It comes into our relationships. It comes into overeating. It comes into all kinds of things. It makes us always on a failure, a path of failure. And we poison ourselves and we poison others. So as I said before, as we get deeper into it, we'll understand a little bit more why. Again, well, basically I already said it. It's because when you finally do overcome it, then you can now transmute that negative force and become much more powerful in who you are and what you need to do on this planet and what we need to do in this lifetime. So that's a transformational work here that's involved. Okay. So now, Rabbi Nachman goes further with this. Let me just read one more thing. He says he calls it finding the good point. Finding the good point. Just like he said about you have to find the good in yourself. That becomes the building block, right? In order to bring yourself back to life. To bring yourself to joy. In another place, Rabbi Natan writes, he adds one important word. By finding the good, the little bit of good inside of ourselves. You can come to singing and to thankfulness to Hashem. And you make tunes. So this is what we're going to go into. So I have to give you like a little bit of a background. That how can I come to the Zamer, to sing and to thank Hashem, if I feel about myself that I was made in some kind of crooked way? Like, my whole life they've been telling me that there's something wrong with me. Sometimes more subtle, sometimes more obvious. I don't know if you can identify with what I'm saying. Some of us are more wounded than others. Right? Whether it was our father or our mother, we don't blame them. But maybe they just didn't know how to bring us up. It wasn't their fault. There's no blame here. There's no blame here. It's what happened to me as a result that I wasn't getting what I needed it, is that I got wounded. My chesed got wounded, my gevurah got wounded, my ability to love and to be loved, right? I always react. For instance, a person who can't love always reacts when somebody loves them and destroys the love relationship because they can't stand that somebody loves them. That's a wound, right? That means that somebody hurt you. You really do need to love, and you want to be able to love, but it's the most painful thing for you because you can't do it, and so therefore you destroy the very thing that you need. And Gevurah is when I was trying to establish my selfhood, like the age of two is called the terrible twos. When I wanted to be myself, and I said no to everything, because no means I want to be myself. It's in its immature stage, and it's going to go and have other things up ahead. But the initial appearance of the desire to be me as opposed to you, right? separate myself from you is the terrible truth. But what if I wasn't allowed? What if I was, God forbid, if they didn't understand how to treat me, if they punished me, and then when I wanted to go out, they said, stay here. And when I wanted to stay here, they said, get out of here. I don't have time for you. And the parents, we don't know what we're doing. And it's again, no blame. But something happened inside of us whenever that type thing happened, and we got wounded. So either, as I said, our chesed gavur, or our gevura, or then once we had a sense of individuality, and we wanted to join with our family, and have that sense that I am me, and yet now I'm part of something big, that's called tiferet. Right? I am me. I'm starting to feel that I have something that's me. But now I need to feel that I'm part of something bigger. So there's different aspects that we have to grow with as we go. And it's like a tune. You're playing a tune. And if you got wounded in one of those places, you can't play that note. Right? And so Rabbi Nachman's going to talk about how to find the good points in ourselves. And those good points become notes in a tune. And that's why music is important. A master musician can arouse those good things in us which make us feel that there's a chance, that we have hope. And one more point. Lehodot Bashem, lehodot. How do I come to sing to God the way I feel about myself? Right? No. I can't sing. Lehodot Bashem, to thank you. So this is what I did. I said, someday, Hashem is going to tell each one of us, not just tell, but He's going to reveal to each one of us why everything happened. Every lifetime and everything in every lifetime. And if we ask and say, but why that? Why did I have to go through that? And why did that happen to me? And why was I hurt there? And why did I have to see that? And why were those people hurt? He'll say, okay. And again, no words that we'll understand. Hashem communicates in different ways. You understand? And we'll say, wow, this is amazing. But still, we're allowed to fight. We're allowed to fight. Because something was wrong here. I don't think it was right that happened. Hashem's going to reveal more to us. Do you understand now? Do you understand? I believe that each one of us is going to be able to have that experience. That will the total understanding of everything that ever happened to us. And we'll say, wow, so amazing. You're so good. You're so loving. I mean, I had to go through that in order to get to where I am, in order to be who I really am. And you knew that, and that's why you put me through that. And you did it out of love. That's called Nora Alila. You're awesome. I believe we're going to have that moment. I believe it so strongly that I just know it. I want you to really know it. That every single question, every single pain you have, every single pain that was ever experienced by any human being, Hashem says, don't you think I know that pain? That's my pain too. Your pain was my pain. That's already a big thing. What? You mean? That was your pain too? You mean it meant something to you? You mean I wasn't just like nothing to you? No, Hashem says, you're the world to me. I love you. The reason I put you through that is not because I don't like you. I love you more than you can ever know. And now you're going to start to know it. So that is a healing. That healing is going to take place at one point. And I'm closing my eyes. Most people don't close their eyes when they talk in public. Not nice. Closing my eyes because I'm really trying to connect to it. I don't want to say one word here that's not true.